Hi everybody, welcome back. My name's Nicholas. As a reminder, I garden in Central Ohio, Zone 6B, and today we are going to make what I hope to be the most beautiful winter arrangement in a pot that I've ever made. Hopefully. That's my thought, at least, because the things I have to make this arrangement, it would be very hard for it not to be beautiful. I have a beautiful, beautiful ceramic glazed pot that's quite large. I plan on using that. I have an obelisk that I want to put in it. We're going to put lights. It's going to be stunning. So I just need to grab stuff to get this project going, and then we're going to get going because it's 31 degrees outside, which actually is kind of a warm up from what it was before. So you would think that it would feel warm because it was like in the 20s, but it definitely does not. It feels very cold. I think it's because it's windy. But anyway, let's get going. Here is the pot that we're going to be using. It's like a very beautiful, creamy white. And then this is the obelisk. And as you saw, I had to cut the bottom portion off just so that it would fit correctly. And actually, I didn't use it before because of its height and width. It was kind of hard to use. And now I think I'll be able to use it more because it's a more workable height, and it will be dropped down lower in that planter so it won't be so high. And then we have okay, to start out, we have western cedar, and it's really drapey and flowy. I have princess pine, which is really, really pretty. It has like a blue and green needle, which is very interesting. I also grabbed some incense cedar because I love these little, I don't know what they're called, but I just think that those give it something extra that it needs when things are all just green. And I have a big old bunch of magnolia as well. And this is beautiful, and it goes very well with like a woodland theme, I think, because it has a brown underside. And I don't know, I feel like it works really well in arrangements. And then this might split some hairs, but I'm using these berries, one, because this color is absolutely gorgeous, and two, because it was cheaper for me to get these artificial berries than getting real berries from my local garden center. The picks that I got were 79 cents a piece because they were on sale, which really isn't that bad. And the bundles that I could find at my garden center were like $15 for like 3 stems, and it just wasn't feasible. Maybe to some, but it wasn't to me. And then there's one more possible piece that we might put in these planters, or this planter as well. I also got a few of these birch logs. I don't know that they'll be needed, and it might end up looking like too much, but we will try it for sure. I also have some battery operated lights because I would like this to light up, because I just think that that would be really pretty if it lights up. And then I have some soil as well. So really, if I didn't have to cut the obelisk, if I didn't have to cut the log, and if I didn't have to thaw this soil, which I'm going to have to, this would go together so fast. It's gathering the items, I think, that takes the longest amount of time. Putting the arrangement together is going to be like so fast. So what we have to do next is I need to go inside and fill up a bucket of hot water, because the soil in the planter right now is like frozen beyond the point where I could even stab it with the hori like I did in the planters back by the greenhouse. So that's what I'm going to do. Melt this soil, and then I actually have some fresh soil too if we need to put that in. There are plants in this pot, and if they get saved, they get saved. If they don't, they don't. I think what I would really like to do is hopefully warm up the soil and then just leave everything in there, and then just put my stems in, and then they can come out when winter's over, and then the plant should still be down there. That's what I hope happens, but I don't know if that's what will actually happen. So I guess there's really only one way to find out. Just so you guys know, the water is not boiling. It's just the air is escaping from inside. that took a little bit longer than I expected. I ended up having to use like 6 or 7 buckets of hot water, and I was still able to only like melt down maybe about 8 inches. And then there was only one plant in there that was a perennial. So I pulled that one out and set it to the side in a container. But the rest of them I got to just throw away. So the root balls were like extra icy. So I just had to get those out so I could have a soft area to put the stems of the plants in. But it should be fine now. There are 2 possible places that I would like it to go, but it's kind of heavy. So, well, it is heavy, very heavy. So I'm going to start with the place that I am hoping it can stay. And if not, then I'll have to move it to the second place. But I think it'll be okay. I don't know if it's going to neck down the area too much. So we'll have to just see. I think it's going to actually be fine because there's still plenty of room. And yes, I will have plants like hanging out, but I still don't think it'll be too bad. And I think I'm going to really enjoy it here because it'll be front and center. Just wait, you're going to love it. But like I was saying, this next part is going to be so easy. I'm going to start with my drapey stuff and then go to the next layer and then the next layer and then the next layer. And I think it should come together really well. I'm just trying to decide when I'm going to put the lights in, maybe like halfway through so that I can hide them, but it's not, they're not too hidden. I'm excited. I think it's going to look really good. I don't know that we're going to use this, birch log branches, but we might. It might look good. I don't know. We'll just have to get into it and see. I really, really love it. And I don't know who I'm kidding when I say that I'm not going to use something. I always use everything. I just don't know how to go simple, I guess. But this is beautiful, and I feel like it needed everything that I put in it, and I'll explain why. This is how you'll see it most walking up to the front door, and it needed the obelisk for height to make it taller, obviously, but it would have looked kind of squat without the obelisk. You also need it because it adds a different color, so it's black, and then it gives you a different like material. So this is metal, so that's why I think that that's important. The birch logs are important because they add a light color that mimics the planter down on the bottom. And what else? The cedar, which is all of the stuff on the bottom, even the incense cedar, so they're western cedar and incense cedar, is needed because you need it something to drape over the pot. And then the pine you need because it kind of is almost like, I don't know, like the filler, I guess, because I didn't just put it draping down, I also put it up. So it kind of like is the bulk of the greenery that's in there. The magnolia, you need that because it's a bolder texture, so everything doesn't get lost. If everything was very fine, then it would just look like a jumble of green. And because the magnolia is in there and it has these really big leaves, then it stands out and it like breaks apart all of the fine texture. And then what's last? Oh, maybe my favorite thing, which is crazy because it's the only thing that's not real or was never living, and that's the berries. And the reason I like those so much and need them is it gives a shine to the arrangement. So if you were to stand back and did not have those berries in there, then it would almost look like a I don't know, it's kind of like a darkness to it where it would just be a green blob, and the gold berries break apart all of that dark green, and it kind of like makes it look like it's glowing. And then the lights, which you can't see, will be needed because it's Christmas. So there, I justified everything that I put into that pot. And I will come out when it gets dark and take pictures for you guys. So stick around to the very end, because you know I always put pictures in of the project that I did in that video. So I'm very pleased. It took longer as usual, but it wasn't because of the arrangement. That was, I mean, it maybe took me, I would say 20 minutes, but probably like 15 or less, just because I was like faffing around and taking my sweet old time. But the thing that took so long was getting all the stuff up to the front of the house, and then melting the soil, because it was, I mean, I think it's literally frozen down to the ground, or the whole pot. And the fresh soil that I put in, where all the stems are stuck in, will get frozen in, and this thing will be stuck like this until it warms up. And I wanted to comment about the planter. I know it is the best practice to not have containers outside throughout winter, but I do not subscribe to that practice because I want to look at things, and I have only ever had one container crack on me in winter, and it is a terracotta container that I had sitting directly on the soil, so it was experiencing the freeze and thaw with the ground, And it wasn't even like a regular terracotta container. Home Depot has these terracotta containers that are like, I don't know how to explain it, but they're very inexpensive, but they're not like the best quality, but I buy them because I like the look of them and they're cheap. That's the one that broke, and it was like a small one, like a 12-inch pot. So, I mean, I've had good luck. It's not to say that they can't break or crack, because every single one of my containers could crack this winter, but I think it's worth it to me. I want to look at containers all year round and have that beauty in the colder months. I don't want to just look at like a flat, barren wasteland. But anyway, I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I hope you love this container, and I hope you get some ideas, because it just is good to look at. It's pretty and it's fun to have something to do. Yes, it's cold outside today, and there were times where I was like freezing, but it beats the alternative of just sitting and doing nothing. I mean, I could find other things to do, but why would I want to do that when I am absolutely addicted to gardening? So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you very soon. Keep learning and keep growing.